Hi there. Here, let me step aside so you can come in. How's your day been? I know we could wait and talk about it over dinner, but it's the first thing I can think to talk about right now. I'm glad to hear that. Well, as you know, I had the day off today, which was a nice change of pace given the week I've been having. My original plan was to take things easy, but then I realized I had been putting off an errand, so I had to take care of that. And then when I got back here, I decided I should clean up a little. I wanted to get some reading in before you were supposed to get here, but I may have lost track of time doing the aforementioned cleaning. To be clear though, I still want to go to dinner with you, dear. It's just that you're here now, and I'm not exactly ready to go. How far is the restaurant? Not that I'd mind being in a car with you for quite some time, but I'm also curious. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. Gives us plenty of time to talk on the way there and back, I suppose. Well, I can't wait for that then. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to ask you something. Are you free next weekend? Well, assuming nothing comes up, I'll have that entire weekend off. I know we've been talking about making food for each other here and there, but we hadn't settled on anything concrete, so to speak. So I had been thinking that maybe we could, I don't know, make a day out of it. I could come to your place, or you could come here, whatever you prefer. And, God, I am explaining this terribly. Basically, would you want to spend the day together? Or I guess the evening is a more fitting label since it's dinner and dessert. And unless you did want to spend the day together, I'm not opposed to that either, to be clear. Really? um, okay then. I'll make sure I start coming up with ideas for dinner itself, and once I've got a list, I'll send it your way. Does that sound good? Great. That'll be nice, especially since I just really do enjoy the time we spend together. Speaking of, I should probably go get dressed now, shouldn't I? I promise I won't take very long. I already have my clothes picked out for tonight, I just need to change into them. Okay, I'll be right back. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, no, 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 no. Are you fucking. Okay, Cordelia, just relax and breathe and don't panic and. Yes, dear? Um, no, no, I'm not really okay. I don't know how to answer that question right now. I mean, I do think I need your help, but I just, I can't come out there. No, no, the door isn't locked. That's not, that's not why I'm saying this. It's just, I'm scared of how you'll react if you come in and help me. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing because I know I must sound ridiculous right now. Well, that's kind of you to say. I don't know what I want right now. I want to be ready to go to dinner with you more than anything, but I'm not so sure I can get to that point without you helping me, and that terrifies me, if I'm being honest. If if I were to ask you to come in, could you not say anything at first, please? Okay, you can come in then. I'm sure, dearest. Hi. I um I was getting ready to put on the shirt I picked up for tonight, but then the bracelet I'm wearing got caught on my necklace, and somehow this led to both of them getting caught in my hair, of all things. I thought maybe I could get my arm free, but I could feel it getting more tangled and tugging at my hair the more I tried to get free, and I can't see what's going on. So could you help me? Thank you. I'll sit down so it's a little bit easier to see. Did you get it? That's certainly a relief. What? Oh, no, no, you don't have to leave, dear. I promise you're not making me uncomfortable right now. I don't want to look directly at you. Because I'm scared of what I'll see if I do. So it's easier to just not look at you in the first place. I didn't plan on you seeing these, my my scars. I knew you had to eventually, that I couldn't hide them forever, but I wanted to try, for as long as I could at least. You're the first person I've shown since moving here, I think. At least up close like this. I kind of want to go back to hiding though. Because I know what people think when they see my arms, whether they say it to my face or whisper it when they think I can't hear. Even if they never say it out loud, their expression gives them away. It's always the same no matter what. They wonder, what's wrong with me? They think to themselves, what does she have going on in her head that would make her go and do something like that to her body? They tell themselves, I'd never go that far, no matter how bad I feel. Like they're trying to decipher some code that would explain my actions to them. Or, better yet, they see my scars and think to themselves, well, that makes me uncomfortable. They think, oh, I can't handle seeing those. And suddenly I'm the one who needs to be more considerate. Because I should have known better than to exist with a body like this. I'm sorry, I don't have to keep talking about this. Are you sure? I don't want to burden you with this. You're certain? Okay. It's difficult knowing how people react. After a while, it starts to feel like I'm not even a person to them. The focus is always on how they feel about my body, never about what I think. And yet, somehow, it's still my fault that their mind conjures up an idea of how these scars came to be. Even if I didn't intend for them to be seen in the first place, no matter what, I'm to blame for their discomfort. Could I talk about why I struggle? Only if you're comfortable hearing about it. I know that my experience isn't necessarily universal, but sorry, I need a moment. Most days, even if I'm struggling to, say, get out of bed or find the motivation to clean or go to work or whatever it is I need to do for the day, I can still manage mentally. I'm used to pushing through it. But other times, it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not about trying to get out of bed or making it to work. Sometimes it's as if every single anxiety and fear and stressor in my life is competing for my attention all at once. It's inescapable and suffocating. It's as if there's a dozen alarms going off in my mind, and no matter how many I turn off, more start up. And in those moments, I'm desperate for something, anything, to just make it stop, even if only for a moment. So I do it, and once it's been done, I can always feel my mind slowing down. It no longer has the time to race and ruminate on everything. Its focus rests solely on the pain and physical sensations of my body. The disruption usually calms my thoughts long enough for me to better handle what's going on. People have a tendency to say, just do something else. But it's not that simple. There are times where I can overcome it, so to speak. Sometimes enough time passes and I don't need it. Other times I don't have access to anything I could use, so the urge kind of fades. Or a few times I've been interrupted before I could actually do anything. In those instances, I can find a way around it. But sometimes I can't. Sometimes I'm not strong enough to fight with my head. In those moments where I'm desperate for everything to just stop, it feels like it's my only option. And I wish people understood how hard it is to think in a state like that. And I wish that I could ignore all those insecurities that start brewing under the surface when I think about people seeing my scars. Because it's not fair. It's not fair that my body is a statement, nor is it fair that I'm expected to cover up myself for the sake of everyone else. And there have been so many times where I thought about telling you about them. Times where I was planning out what I'd wear to see you, or where I considered letting you stay close by while I got changed so you wouldn't have to pause our conversations. But I always stopped myself at the last second. It was easier not knowing your reaction, even if it were good, because at least that way, it couldn't be bad either. Yes, you can take my hand. The most beautiful person you know, really? That's sweet of you to say. Do you mean that? You still see me the same as before? Thank you, dear. I must admit, I was bracing for the worst, so this is a very welcome surprise. Well, it certainly helps that you make it easy to open up to. Could we keep holding hands like this? Thank you. I want to be clear, though. I'm still responsible for my actions, and although I appreciate you listening to me, I do. I don't want you to feel like this could ever be your fault in any way. Does that make sense? On a similar note, I'm not going to promise that I'll never relapse now that I've told you about it. I know that I still struggle with this at times, so I can't promise that with certainty. It wouldn't be fair to hold myself to a standard like that, and in my experience, promises like that only lead to more shame and guilt if and when you slip up. I'm not looking for a savior to rescue me from my head. Depending on another person like that isn't sustainable. But I am tired of feeling like I have to hide all of this. I don't want to hide anymore if I don't have to. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate your support at the very least. I'm not entirely sure how this support would look. Would it be okay if I were to call you in those moments where I need to be interrupted? You're sure you wouldn't mind, dear? Okay, I think I'd like to start there for now. Do you know what I just realized? We're gonna be late for dinner now. I know we didn't make a reservation or anything, but we could have at least been on our way by now. All this because my hair decided to have a mind of its own tonight. Thank you, dearest. I'm just thinking about what I should put on. Part of me feels like I should try to be less conscious about my arms, especially since I've told you now. I mean, the shirt I already had pulled out would make me more comfortable. You don't think that'd be the easy way out? All right. Then I will try to put this shirt on for a second time. I should be out there within a few minutes. For real, this time. Oh, and one more thing, dear. I intend to pay for dinner tonight. Why not? I feel like it's only fair since you're always getting things for me. Okay, how about we save this riveting discussion for the drive there? All right, I'll be out soon.